Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lapris's Ice Beam will do 100 or more % of its health. Thunder will only do 40 to 47-ish.
Okay, so we'd be good.
If it crits, it still can't kill us. At least going off neutral. There could be, like, DVs and stuff that might affect it.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
finally, we got a
our
phone call.
Lapras probably won't go in fresh. So.
It was another wrong number, Mal. Watch.
What?
This
It's
never happened to me. It's happened twice in this run.
I didn't even know you could get wrong numbers.
So,
And we've like
that was our first phone call of the night.
Between between two of us, we've done it like I don't know 70 times.
Yeah.
This game. Mostly him.
Granted, a lot of those times I didn't get people's phone numbers.
Well, yeah, I mean, so any call should have been a wrong number.
Yeah.
How do you not get a wrong call during the speed run? I guess, I mean, the speed run's only an hour, so. Or whatever, I don't know. I'm just
A
guessing.
few hours.
Yeah.
Like 3.5 hours.
Is that before or after RNG manipulation?
That's before RNG minute.
Now what is it?
Probably like 15 minutes faster, maybe.
Oh, okay. Not that much. A lot more precise, I guess, though.
Yeah. RNG manip didn't save a lot of time, oddly enough. Especially in Gen 1, it only saves like 2 minutes.
I mean, that's time, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
But it also killed your desire to run it, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I have no no desire to do RNG manip and speedrun these games.
Yeah. Now the it's gold that's speedrun.
Yeah, gold is the one that you speedrun out of gold
You
and silver.
Yeah, you RNG manipulation into Inte.
Yeah, it's cool because the route changed so much.
Yeah.
So it's at least interesting from like a spectator standpoint.
And you're just always guaranteed to catch it with the whatever Pokeball?
Yeah. Whatever they do. They manipulate the, like, catch percent, where you find it on what tile, its stats and level. So it has, like, max DVs or whatever, IVs. It's kind of ridiculous that they were able to find that out. And then in red, you just get a perfect Nidoran now.
Yeah.
And then you RNG manip Mount Moon to where you get no encounters.
Oh, wow.
Which makes it a lot faster.
I bet.
Wasn't Black and White where they introduced the first cannibal Pokemon?
Candle?
The first what?
I think so.
The first Pokemon that was the cannibal. Was it Kyogre? I don't remember what his name is.
Oh, Cannibal. I thought you said Candle.
No.
I was like, I think there was a Candle Pokemon. Maybe that was Gen 6.
There was. No, the Candelabra one.
Yeah.
It evolves from a Lilac.
Candelure. We just talked about him earlier too. He's the Ghost Fire. No, there's one of the Pokemon that eats other Pokemon.
Yeah, it's a dragon, isn't it?
Yeah. I think he's
the Hydreigon or the doofy-looking dragon that's blue and red and yellow.
So now I gotta look it up.
Cannibal Pokemon. The meta search becomes very interesting.
Cannibal Pokemon. I'm gonna do it now. Here we go.
Is this cannibalism?
Is this cannibalism?
Or is it just fantasy?
Oh, scoop ice cream with vanillish.
Jesus.
Some ice cream sounds good right now, actually.
What was that called? It was where you go online and log in and do stuff from Gen. I guess it would have been 5. Yeah. There's like a website where the dreams and stuff.
I have no clue.
Dream World, Pokemon Dream World.
I haven't heard of that. What is it?
You would connect your DS to the internet or whatever, and like make a certain You would have to go to an area with the scientist that could put them into the dream world, basically, and then you would go to the website, and you could like do like walk around and like explore and do things, and then you could catch Pokemon with hidden abilities there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is back in Gen 5 before they did
It's called This Is What I Do With My Day at Work.
Right. I played that quite a bit.
Hidden abilities are good.
Yeah. I don't have...
I think it's Kyurem?
Kyurem?
Who?
Kyurem.
Oh, he fused. He was
yeah,
he was the shell. Well, yeah, there was one like Mega Dragon Pokemon, and then it split into two, but also left the husk behind of Kyurem or whatever.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So it was made into 3, and then Black and White 2. He was the main. He was the box Pokemon, and he could fuse with one of the others.
He's basically Vegeta meta. There's Quagsire. It could have been him.
What is the power?
Could have been.
Could have been.
What does the Pokedex say about his power
About his
level?
power level.
Over 9,000!
What? 9,000?
That can't be right, can it? Oh wow, he runs away too.
Yeah, we had a Magnemite, and we're like, yes, we're saved.
And then it literally ran away after I hit
it.
I went, Magnemites run away? This has been a
much
playthrough
running
of
away,
firsts.
honestly.
I don't remember Pokemon running away. That's not normal. The only thing I remember being a hard time trying to catch Pokemon Silver and
Abras.
Gold were the stupid puppers.
Oh yeah, the legendary beasts.
Yes.
The dogs.
They're very, very scared
Beasts.
doggos.
Yeah. Who let the
They
dogs
were-
out, Mal? Who let them out?
Who?
I've always just gone with beasts because I remember the Flame Wars.
The
Great
Wow, you
Flame
sound
Wars
like-
of 2003.
Wow. What did you do during the Great Flame War?
back on the game facts message boards.
Yeah. Yeah. Because and then someone else legendary gerbils also got some following. I think out of just the ridiculous
They do kinda
because
look like gerbils.
you know, like you can't call Raikou a dog,
Yeah, he is more like a cat.
right?
Meow.
And even Entei's weird looking.
Entei's like a big, fluffy pupper.
His face looks all weird for like
Whoa,
compared to
man,
a dog.
that's getting pretty personal about.
Yeah.
So what's going to be fun? What we talked about doing later, after we get a few Nuzlocks under our belt, is doing a crystal randomizer Nuzlocke.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Where you get a ROM, you run it through a randomizer where all the Pokemon become random.
Like your starter could be just whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds
And everything
scary.
you run into the grass could just be whatever.
Yeah. Make it a lot more interesting. And you just leave the
Like-
trainers the same. You can also randomize their Pokemon if you wanted to, but that's
Yes.
complete insanity.
Yes.
You can randomize their moves if you want to, which we wouldn't do.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. That just is like, what's the point?
Just the Pokemon.
like I've seen
basically.
people randomize the typing, like you know, Charizard that's Grass Ghost or something.
Yeah, which is just...
It's like, what's even the point of having? I guess the stats is the. I've never seen people randomize the space stats, so that's
Yeah.
the deciding thing.
That's
I
just
think.
pure
But yeah.
insanity. Cats and dogs living together.
I assume you can you can probably randomize like the items and stuff as long as they're not a key item.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
The Zelda key item or the Zelda randomizer run was pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
last
that was
week.
really fun. The
I
Link to
really
the
should
Past
do
one.
some. Yeah, do some Dark Souls randomizer.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Enemies and items, I believe you can do. Maybe not. I can't remember.
It's
if
just where they
they're
spawn
enemies,
is
but
still the same.
probably. I know I've seen streamers do the randomizer, and then there's also one can't remember what they called it. Pick and switch, maybe. It's like whatever you pick up, you have to equip.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're just constantly changing weapons.
Pretty much.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't have enough experience. I mean, I've also watched people that, like, when you don't do it with a randomizer, there's like a route they take. Because they know what to, what items are what.
Yeah. Yeah. That was probably my favorite runs of GDQ. The last one where the Dark Souls 3 followed by Bloodborne was really good.
Yeah, Bloodborne was the best.
Bloodborne was the best.
Bloodborne was really good.
I actually would watch that again. I enjoyed the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's an example of when the run goes bad, but you still make it entertaining.
Yeah.
He actually did a lot of cool stuff too with some stuff. I mean, for the love of God, he fought those bosses. He literally just shows you like how to absolutely destroy it.
Yeah. Jeez,
Like the
ring
game was like
race
supposed to be this really hard.
is what always gets me.
Really?
Game's supposed to be hard, and he's just like LOL.
The ring race were tough for me for some reason.
For me, it was the one. The slug thing. I can't remember what her name is. The one in the basement. I just slammed against her so many times.
Yeah, I don't even remember which one you're talking about.
Let's see. More bosses.
We need to do some Final Fantasy 15 multiplayer together
Yeah.
as a stream.
No, stop.
Like we talked about the other night.
Yeah. Eberitas, Daughter of the Cosmos.
Oh yeah, the huge with like the soft arms and stuff. If I remember correctly.
Maybe. You got like the wings, and then it
Yeah,
shoots laser beams,
yeah.
or just will like slam her head on you and kill you in one shot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, she was hard.
Yeah, that was the hardest one for me. I do love me some Bloodborne.
Yeah. Bloodborne 2. Give it to me.
Yes,
Talking about stuff I want to see at E3 to get back to
that
tangent we were on like earlier.
Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5.
The thing they showed at the Games Awards was not Bloodborne.
Yeah.
No,
So,
it was definitely not.
yeah, I don't know what we're getting, but it's probably not that.
My most anticipated games for what can likely come out in 2018. We got Octopath, DQ11 possibly, Code Vein.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Ghost
probably
of
the top
Tsushima?
3. Is Tsushima coming out this year?
What?
Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh, I
That'll
don't
be
know.
at E3 for sure.
Yeah. Should have been at the PS4 experience or whatever. PS whatever.
I want to watch that
PSX.
trailer again. That was a really good trailer.
It
Just like
was.
in general. Well,
Just want to see some gameplay.
yeah. This game looks beautiful, by the way. Just like, oh, this is so good.
Ugh.
Plus, I mean, anything that's about Japan, I just immediately 10 out of 10 stars.
Right. The
No
lead is
bias,
strong
but 10 out of 10.
This one. I heard a I guess a new term for like if you're really big into like England. I heard someone call it a teaboo.
Teaboo.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
What do you like? I'm into like knots and stuff like that. Alright, you Teaboo.
Alright, fucking T-Boo, calm down.
I really like knots and Doctor Who.
Right. Harry Potter,
Yeah.
Sherlock.
I guess Song of Ice and Fire probably counts.
Oh, I have
Though
no
that's
idea.
technically American, but whatever. It's about knots and shit. Game of Thrones.
Right, yeah, I don't think that quite counts.
Yeah. I'm the hipster guy that just calls it A Song of Ice and Fire.
Never watched it, never read it.
You want to talk about a really bad role-playing game?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that role-playing game, as much as I love that setting. It's basically L5R, it's roll and keep with D6s, but even less balanced, and without schools.
Nani? How can
So-
you be less balanced?
The Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game has basically void points in it, or something called destiny points. Depending on your age, you might have more or less destiny points. The mechanics say you can spend them like void points where you'll get them back and you'll get like an extra rolled die or some like minor benefit, or you can permanently burn them. You can like buy them back with XP or whatever. And you can permanently burn them to like alter scenes to where like you just win the fight, or like it happens favorably and stuff. That's just like a built-in mechanic to the game. Now you can easily just take it out, but there's also just like balance issues. Like there's certain advantages that are just busted.
Whoa. Wait, what is this from?
The Song of Ice and Fire, the role-playing game.
Uh,
The coolest thing it does is building your own house and stuff. It has rules for that, which are really good.
Don't worry, it'll get burned down fast enough, so I wouldn't invest too much time in that.
And the warfare is really cool. You start getting into like your individual units and stuff. It has a pretty good system for that as well. Like units will have different stats. The last time I tried to run that game, I did like a joke game because one of my friends were in town, as well as while we were big into wrestling or whatever. So we just like made wrestling characters basically for the game, and I just imported just the current, some of the like the current storylines that were going on or whatever. I just inserted all, like made people like the heads of like these great houses that were just like wrestlers. Like what was one of them? Like Dolph Ziggler was like a head of a house somewhere.
Oh my god.
Obviously like House Cena or whatever, and his like sigil was like the symbol or whatever. It was so stupid. We did that based off of just from the idea, because one of the GMs or whatever ran it one time, and we ended up playing with people that we didn't really like to roleplay with. So we decided we were just going to make wrestling characters and not tell him and see how long it took him to find out. So one guy made the Undertaker. He was just he had the whole backstory with Kane as his brother.
Oh,
and
of course.
he had a maester named Maester Bear or whatever.
Right,
so it was
Paul Bearer.
Paul Bearer. And he carried around an urn, and he made him the GM talk in a high-pitched voice and stuff. And he didn't pick up on that. Someone was Triple H, and then I was the Ultimate Warrior, but I was a wildling in the setting, so I was the Ultimate Wildling. And I worshipped the moon and gave like weird speeches and stuff. It was pretty funny. We even had a Royal Rumble at one point, and he still didn't get it. Because there's rules for like hosting tournaments and getting like renown and glory if you invest gold and stuff. So we had a grand melee, and we wrote a giant speech for the Herald to read and stuff. And he's like, "Here in this day, this Royal Rumble before the great king of Westeros." The GM did not understand until the game died later. Then we were like, "We were all playing wrestling characters. Did you not realize that?" And he went, "No."
I mean, I guess if you don't know anything about wrestling,
He watched wrestling growing up.
oh well,
He just never put it together.
That he's losing excuses. His reason.
It was so
His
fun.
raisins.
That was also probably one of the worst games I've played in, but that's neither here nor there. It was fun just when we were being doofuses. Me and one of my other buddies also trolled him one time because he hates Final Fantasy IX because of the way that Zidane looks or whatever.
Yeah.
So me and one of my buddies, the first time we played Pathfinder, I played a thief that was just Zidane, and he played a Magus that was Steiner. And his
awesome.
name was Steiner. I wasn't Zidane or anything. I like changed my name or whatever. And we just role played those characters. I had like a Princess Garnet in my backstory, all this stuff. I just called him like Rusty all the time.
Nice.
And he never realized that either. And it was all just the story. And he was like, that was pretty good. I was like, good, you should play Final Fantasy IX, because that's basically what we did. And he was like, oh, okay.
Ba, 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 ba.
We're getting there, Iggy. Slowly but surely.
This is the one I hate about Pokemon this grind.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's made worse by the Nuzlocke.
Yep.
I usually just throw my Pokemon at the Elite Four like 3 or 4 times, and you're good to go.
Yeah, we don't have that luxury, sadly.
Nope. Once it's dead, it's dead.
Yep.
See, this is like the one thing is like I didn't understand about like when upset and why they were like EXP share make.
Oh,
easy. And I'm
EXP
like,
share is so good.
I'm
it's like the
I'm
best
like-
thing that's happened to the
Yes,
games.
that's exactly what I'm saying. It says like, you know the difference between this game and the old games? 20 fucking hours, all spent on grinding.
And you know what? If you don't like it, you can turn it off. They give you
Oh,
the
like,
option to.
You have the option to just swap that bad boy off. Click, no more.
Which, if we ever Nuzlocke those, I'll probably leave it off until we like grind.
Yourself.
Yeah, I mean, we
what you
could
want.
be using one right now, but we're not.
Where do you even get EXP share in this game?
No idea.
No idea. It exists, but it wasn't. I
Yeah.
don't think it's super good.
It's
is it?
not as good. You know,
It's just for one other Pokemon.
yeah, and it actually halves the XP
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
rather than both of them getting the full amount.
It seems to be pointless.
Do you still get the
Very
full
good.
amount with it on in the new ones?
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Huh. I thought it was still diminished.
It might be slightly diminished, but it's not by
Yeah,
like a
it's-
value that matters.
Yeah, it's not like it was.
You'd have to go through like I think like what you had to have to was go through the game, see a pretty big disparity. Go through the game and generally level 5 each other.
What level are Karen's Pokemon now?
Oh, look. Gen 6 and onwards. Yeah, they still only get 50%.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Acquisition is Route 30. For an exchange for the red scale. Mr. Pokemon.
Okay. We could go
Do
get
we
it.
have the, I assume we have the red
Yeah,
scale.
you get it from beating Red Gyarados.
Yeah. Let's see. Karen?
Yeah. I think XP actually might be better on this route, oddly enough.
47 tops out at.
47.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, so we want to get everybody around 46-ish, and then get Lapras to 50.
And she's got 2 Pokemon with Pursuit.
Ugh.
Do we even have anything that's strong against Dark?
No, we don't.
Yeah, that's gonna be...
We have, but we have, a lot of our Pokemon are dual top.
Well, she leads with Umbreon.
So against Umbreon is a tank.
Who knows? Sand Attack, Confuse Ray, Mean Look, and Faint Attack.
Probably, honestly, just use Regis against that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Just throw out our strongest. Hope for freeze, possibly.
I mean, yeah. If we get mean looked, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. That's
Actually,
why you don't,
Regis,
that's why you don't mind.
Regis will be fine against that, or has type advantage against everything but Umbreon and Gengar.
There you go.
Regis gonna sweep the whole Elite Four.
I mean, he could. Lapras is really strong.
Yeah.
It's just slow.
Alright, Karen's the end.
Yeah,
Leads with
she is.
Will. It's like
Will is like level low 40s, if I remember correctly. We could go beat Will
42.
right now if we wanted to.
42. Yeah, knock. Yeah.
I think when you fought the Elite Four in the speedrun for Alligator was like level 45-ish.
Is Ghost super effective against flying? Or Psychic?
Ghost is, yes.
Yes, so Arden all the way. Because they don't have any
Ponyta!
Ghost themselves.
Yep.
Yay!
So
Other than
majestic.
confused
Now it's
Ray.
dead.
Thud.
Look at this majestic creature. I'm going to murder it.
Yeah, with my wings. I'm gonna decapitate it.
Slink.
Bum 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 bum.
See.
Just a bunch of dead horses and rats.
Koga, what's good against poison? I forget.
Psychic.
Oh, really?
Psychic and ground, I believe.
Yeah.
That's gonna be called Arden time, baby.
I mean, Arden's gonna take out the first two people, it looks like. He's gonna need to be up in levels.
Yeah. He's easy to train, luckily.
Yeah. Oh, does he get boosted?
No, I mean, he's not boosted or anything. He just one-shot stuff with the Psybeam.
He'll have, Koga also has a Crobat.
Yeah, we Psybeam that.
Oh, right, because that's poison. Sorry, Fortress is the bug steel type.
So, yeah, we use Noctis there.
I guess. Yeah.
For that 4 times weakness to fire.
Noctis can, yeah, is good against his Ariados, Venomoth, and Fortress. And then Bruno.
Alright, you're level 45. I'm tired of wing attacking stuff. We need to change pace here.
Bruno's got
Thunder Punch
all
stuff
fighting
now.
types, and then Onyx.
Bruno is weak sauce.
Yeah, Arden again. Arden's gonna be great up until Lance. And then hopefully Regis.
Yeah.
We'll make that a cakewalk.
Alright. About 25 minutes of Thunder Punch and stuff. And then it'll be a stream, probably. I'm probably honestly just gonna grind off stream.
Mm. What level are the others at?
Like, Core is like level 36.
I mean, I don't know what we're gonna use Core on.
Yeah, do we even level Core?
Probably not.
Do we use him as a sacrifice, potentially?
Probably. I mean, we could, I guess, just get someone else.
Yeah. We'll get some... The options will open up when we get to Kanto. And start exploring
I mean,
it
like
proper.
as a sacrifice.
Oh, well, yeah, fair enough.
If we cared about him dying.
Iris.
He might be able to take an attack from someone who...
That Rattata must die.
Yeah.
Worst woman.
Sorry, what? Did you look at their levels?
Whose levels? Pokemon?
Everyone. Yeah. What is everyone's levels?
RNA 40, Regis 45, Ignis 45, Arden 40, Noctis 36, Core 36.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Arden needs to be leveled, probably the most right now.
Yeah.
Arden and Regis are probably gonna carry it. Having Noctis up for some of them will be good too, though.
Yeah, we've been grinding for a little over an hour, close to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And gained a bunch of levels, but we want to get some
I don't know
traction.
what we're really going to use Ardenea against.
Gyarados.
Yeah.
That's what she will be best for.
Just taking out the one Gyarados.
Yeah.
That he leads with and is level
44?
Not 58, because that's Gen 1. 44.
Hey, I nailed it. Brent. We got another
He
phone
loses
call.
a lot of levels in between Gen 1.
Again, Mao! It happened again! He wrong dialed again!
What is going on?
It was the same
Who's
guy.
this Kaz? Yeah.
Kaz
Who's this
Khan.
Kaz? Right.
Will the real Kaz Khan please stand up? Uh-oh. What do we do here?
Do where?
Thunder Punch doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
We Fire Punch. It doesn't work!
Nope. Switch out. Oh, he's probably gonna run? I don't know.
He'll probably run. We Tackle. Oh god, it's even less damage.
Fire punch away. Oh.
Fire Punch it is. Now he's gonna run after we wasted 3 Fire Punches. Nope, he didn't.
Yay.
Yeah, the quality of life in the later gens is just so good, in my opinion.
Yep.
I don't know why people gripe about it so much.
I don't know. Nostalgia and people not liking things being easier for other people.
Yeah. The TMs are just work so much better.
Yes.
EXP share is great. Nintendo knows what they doing.
Yeah. For a game that is still primarily aimed at kids, basically.
Yeah. Serious business, Mal, don't you understand? The concept of Pokemon. Understand.
I mean, I would play the hell out of a rated M Pokemon.
Oh, I would
but-
too.
It's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Or hell, even a
Maybe
rated
Detective
teen.
Pikachu 2 will be rated M. A man can dream, right?
Even
So is
rated
Ryan
teen would be
Reynolds
pretty
voicing the Pikachu in the game, or is it only the movie?
dope. No, the movie.
Okay. I was gonna say that didn't sound like Ryan Reynolds.
That was not Ryan Reynolds.
It sounded like Danny DeVito or something. It's Always Sunny in Cantos. Or Kalos or whatever.
Always Sunny in Cantos. That would be. Say it. I'll say it. We're all thinking.
Oh my god. The grind
Did
is
you read
real.
this week's manga yet, Obs?
I did read this week's manga.
Still leading up to everything, basically.
Yeah, everything's lead ups.
Yep.
Still waiting on that festival, which looks like it's going to start next chapter for My Hero
Yeah.
Academia.
And then we've got the final battle going on.
Yeah, and Shokugeki no Soma.
Just started, basically.
Hello, car alarm, you're going off.
Car alarm. Car alarm.
Someone's car alarm next
Got it.
door.
Yeah. Honk, honk, honk.
So yeah.
I mean, I still love
them
me
flashbacks.
some Academia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, flashbacks.
Yeah, we got a little bit of training in Macadamia.
Yep. I really like these villains in Academia.
Oh yeah, they're funny.
Yeah.
He's like the YouTube star or whatever, basically.
Yeah.
But he's got nothing but dislikes
So,
on his videos. Everyone's been saying that they hope they stick around and are main characters.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Holy moly.
This dude just pulled the world's first no-hit run of Dark Souls the series.
Holy shit!
Wow.
Seriously?
How many attempts did it take him?
Don't know.
Probably a lot.
Probably. He pulled off the world's first no-hit run of Dark Souls back in 2016,
Oh wow.
which left the series director Hidetaka Miyazaki in a state of disbelief.
He's now questioning his mortality.
It's like, I gotta make this harder.
Yeah. Dark Souls 4, Bloodborne 2, it's just gonna be super hard. This is why we get a Dark Souls 4 because of this guy.
He's just going to make a point in the game where you literally just take a point of damage. You can't avoid it. And then he's like, "There you go. Now it is impossible to ever
and you
have
found a way to
point."
glitch it, and he goes, "No,
No.
Oh, I wonder. Actually, he must not count the. Oh wait, no. I guess you can glitch. Yeah, I was just trying to think. There's a boss you're supposed to die to in Dark Souls 1, but you can glitch around it, I believe.
Really?
You're
Yeah.
talking about the first guy or whatever."
Seath, the dragon, scaleless dragon.
Okay, gotcha.
You can jump and do a sequence break or whatever. You can jump through his archives to skip that fight where you have to die.
Why do you have to die in that?
Because he kills you and then you wake up somewhere else instead of at the last bonfire. That you normally can't get to, but people figured out how to jump. It involves revolving stairways. They were able to fling them into a different part.
Ever underestimate people's determination to cheese a game?
Yeah.
Speedrunners.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. Also, Valve said they're making games again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read that. I thought that was probably one of the funniest fucking things when Gabe was like, "Yeah, so we're gonna be making games again." I was like, "Fucking, it's too real." He knew it as badly as we did. I enjoy that Gabe is so down to earth with his company, but there are times where I just sit there and I'm like, "I don't know what you're doing, Gabe. You've got a plan. I wish you would share." So we.
His plan is Half-Life 3 in 20 years.
They actually have answered like that well, so
They're coming out with a card game, which Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering, is working on.
That's what I linked earlier.
Oh, really?
Discord,
Yeah.
It's a MOBA card game.
Yeah, it basically looks like a MOBA.
I'm really surprised by
Oh,
it.
yeah, there it is. I just missed
One thing they stated is like when you eat a tower which has 40 health, it'll spawn an ancient which has 80 health. If you lose 2 towers or you lose 1 ancient, then you lose a match. But I thought to myself, well, why wouldn't I ever go after an ancient? I'm just going to attack a second tower because it's 40 less hit points I have to deal with, and it'll give me the same win achievement regardless.
Oh man, I missed like everything you guys were talking about after the Days Gone stuff.
Mal was like, "I'm done."
Mao was just like, I'm checking
Just
out.
busy.
Unlikely
I don't know.
story.
I was trying to figure out.
Bubsy 3D, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I missed that. I was trying to figure out some monitoring.
You missed Eye Bleach.
And what is Ben Studio?
That's the studio who is doing Days Gone.
Oh, okay.
His first game was Bubsy 3D.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And that's when I started talking about, because if you scroll down on that same thing, they were picked up by Sony, and then Sony was like, they had all these games and whatnot, and one of the games, I was looking through them, was Legend of the Guy, and I was like, oh, that was such a good game!
Yeah.
Not on Ben's Studio. They didn't do Legend of the Legaia.
That is a game that Lily and I are going to have to play through together.
Legend of the Legaia? Oh, I
Yes.
love it so much!
It's so good!
Yeah, I've only played a little bit of it way back in
And
the day.
I love 2. I don't care what anyone says. Fight me IRL. But don't at me.
Don't
Don't
at
at
me. Don't have me. No bully. Yeah, I forget. Legend of Gaia 1 was I never beat 2. I don't know what kept me from beating that game.
I played 2 a lot.
You know what I think it was? I got to the point where I finally got the woman who would have the lightning element attached to her.
The pirate, I think.
Yeah. But in order to get to the next area, the enemies suddenly just jump strength and had to run around grinding a lot, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I think I died at that point for grinding. I think it's when I decided that grinding was just not for me.
Man, there were so many freaking JRPGs on PS1.
Yes,
it's ridiculous.
And 2.
There's so many that I picked up and never finished. I want to finish Wild Arms is one I want to go back and play.
Oh yeah, I've never played a Wild Arms.
I do want to state this: Legend of Legaia, as the game went on, it was actually worthwhile to grind because that's how you actually got a lot of these special creatures.
Yep.
So grinding was never really bad, and it never felt tedious because you also had objectives for the reason to grind. Like there might be a creature that gives you a better healing spell, so you needed to kill him until you absorbed him for your whole party. So grinding was never bad in later levels, but early on in the game, those don't really show up fully yet. So it's just like your general Japanese grind to level up, and those sucked. But later on, once you got like more creatures that gave you abilities, grinding was never bad. It felt actually very fun.
Yeah, you just gotta have some good combat, and it's never short.
I think that was one thing that made it really rough Legaia 2 though, because that doesn't exist.
Yeah, no.
Don't be Oh, I need to finish that game. I'm so close to the end of it. Bravely Default.
Which one? Oh,
I can't stop grinding. It feels like a gotcha game.
That was the same. Well, we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
It's the same problem. Obs and I share. We haven't.
I love that game.
I love the game, but I can't stop grinding, so all I end up doing is not playing the game. I only grind. I want to unlock all the abilities. I don't even know why. I don't even care.
I want to keep playing it, but
you can unlock them as you play through the story.
No, you can't do that, Mao.
You got to max it out, Mal. Right,
max it out, Mao.
Why?
You have
why is fighting that enemy over that enemy any different?
I'll tell you why, Mao. Because that enemy might be so strong that you need that spell that you could have gotten earlier to defeat it.
And
you'll find out.
And you know how they make it so addictive is they put in the freaking ×8 battle speed. So you literally just sit there and it takes like an hour probably to max out your job.
It does. Oh, it's disgusting.
You just like cut on YouTube or Netflix or something and you're just sitting there grinding.
Oh, nope.
That's what I was doing while I was playing it. I was just like watching Netflix. I was like, what is my life?
My life now.
Having an existential crisis because of Bravely Default.
PlayStation 1. Breath of Fire. I love those games.
Breath of Fire 3 is really good.
I never played the Breath of Fires.
Oh.
Don't play the one on PlayStation 2.
No, just 1 through 4. That's all.
That was
5 and 6.
That was pretty infamous.
Yeah.
You always, I always can tell when something's really mean because Mao goes from like his general like calm, cool to like, no, burn it,
burn it with fire. What does Mao think of Dark Cloud?
It's fine. I've never played them. I've watched
the first one was fun. I never played the second one though.
There's a streamer who loves Dark Cloud 2 and golfing. He did like 100% the whole thing.
That's Dark Cloud was actually a pretty but
that was a real early PS2 game.
The only thing I really hated about that game was that your weapon could break and it would be just gone forever. That's the only thing I hated. But then I got the best weapon in the game, at least before you could get the actual best weapon from the bottom floor of the dungeon, and I never completed that dungeon. It was the final dungeon. You have to beat the game first, and then you can go do the special dungeon.
Like me with Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah. I could die to not grind out Final Fantasy 13.
We're gonna meme replay that one day.
No.
I have an idea to do just run through the Final Fantasy series.
So Breath of Fire 5 had a dragon meter that was ever present. And because you could become a dragon in battle for really strong effects, like to be really powerful.
Yeah, it's like the main shtick of Breath of Fire, basically.
Right, you're a guy who can be turned into a dragon.
Neat.
But in 5, if it filled up, the game was over. You lost, and you could either do it by in battle or by it slowly, very slowly, would tick up as you walked.
Yeah, it was stupid.
That was what pissed me off the most. It's like, you will lose just by exploring. It's like, why? Why would you ever do that?
What is this, Namco?
Wait, I don't understand. Like,
as you walked, the dragon meter would fill up. If the dragon meter ever filled up, you would die. Or you would just get game over. Because you went berserk or something. Turned into a dragon, went berserk.
How did you lower it then?
You can't. You just have to not fill it up.
Wait, I don't understand. Like, you could never reduce the dragon meter?
I don't believe so.
Then
you just don't use it in battle and don't walk too much. It would be like the ideal way. I'm sure it's easier now that I'm an adult. The concept pisses me off.
It's a badly designed game, Meta.
So it never reduces at all.
Right.
From the beginning of the game to the end.
Correct.
The core mechanic of the game kills you now.
That would be a permanent death.
Do we understand why this is bad?
That feels like a permanent death. You can't continue the game anymore. You'd have to literally start a new save.
Right.
What the fuck? That's a horrible idea.
Yeah. I think it killed the Breath of Fire series, basically.
The death
I believe it.
Did 6 do anything better? Or?
No, 6 was a stupid mobile game.
Ooh, wow. Wow,
that count. Because you don't play as Ryu.
Decision literally killed off a series. Wow.
Then 6 is already they already discontinued it. And that was like a decade after 5 or whatever. So yeah, the meter goes up 0.1% for about every 20 steps, 0.1% per turn in battle, 1% for turning into a dragon, 2% for every turn you spend in dragon, and stuff like that.
This is your life. It's not what it was before.
So this sounds like a really. How long were these games? Like, I can't fathom.
Also, an important note: to defeat the final boss, you need to have a lot of D counter left because he has a crap ton of HP, and you need to be a dragon. You need to power yourself up enough to kill him.
One of my friends loved that game. I don't understand why.
Maybe it's the thing about the difficulty and the Dark Souls stuff, but it just does not seem good designed. But I love all the other Breath of Fires. 3 is probably the best, but I do love 4 aesthetics and stuff. It was a bit more Asian inspired because they're really melding of Western and Asian.
Wow.
They're good games
and stuff. Yeah.
I like Star Ocean 1 through 3, man. That's where it's at.
I'm going alphabetically. I guess. Oh, Castlevania Symphony of Night is labeled an RPG.
Yeah, it technically is.
Never played Chocobo's Dungeon. 2.
You just going through PS1 JRPGs?
Yeah. Or RPGs, which I assume on PlayStation 1 is pretty much all JRPGs.
Tales of Destiny, man. That's the game you need to play.
Chrono Cross. Chrono Trigger.
Oh, baby.
I love Chrono Cross.
I never could get into those two. Chrono Cross or Chrono Trigger. And people love them, but
I think Chrono Trigger is overrated, in my opinion. It's a really good game, but...
It is. But I prefer Cross more.
I do as well. I think you and me are probably the only people.
Pretty much. Or in the minority.
Chrono Trigger is a lot of people's favorite game of all time.
Yeah, it's considered one of the best JRPGs of all time.
Jeez.
I can't
it just came out with a crappy port on Steam.
Yeah, it did. It's the mobile version
ported
of the game,
basically.
That's what Square does when they release things on PC now. They just port the mobile version.
I think Well, I mean, that wasn't the case for 15, at least.
No, it wasn't.
So you didn't get the chibi version on Steam, you got the actual version.
Yeah.
Apparently it's good.
Yeah. I heard good things about it.
Don't
The
care.
game apparently looks amazing, maxed out.
Yeah. All the Digimon worlds. I hated 1, but 2 and 3 were cool.
I never played any of those.
I didn't like Digimon World 1 because, like, if your Digimon pooped, you got, like, the stupid poop Digimon. And, like, if you didn't get them to the bathroom in time, I mean, when they had to poop. So stupid. Dragon Quest 7. Oh, I love that one.
That was the one you were telling me with the...
Yeah, it's got a job system.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess... I don't know. 3 doesn't. 3... Or not really. 3 has... You pick a job for your team, or each team member gets a job, and then you can level it up once. But, like, 7 has where you can swap people's jobs all the time and stuff.
Yeah.
An actual full-blown job system. It's real good. Real long. Or at least as a kid, I remember I spent like 80 hours on it, and I didn't get to the second disc or something.
That's a long time.
Yeah. You have to... It involves... So you start out on an island. And you're the only island in the world. It's a very tiny island. And then you eventually you find like some shards, and then you go to this place that was forbidden, and like you put the shards in a pedestal, and you wake up somewhere, you know, not on your island.
Yeah.
Turns out it was back in time, and once you do that, you know, clear the like quest for that area, basically, you go back to your island, and suddenly that island has shown up, but it's the present time. So yeah, it involves like a lot of time travel, making places showing up, and then going to that place in the present.
Okay.
Getting more shards. It's really cool. I love it. I've got it for the 3DS. Final Fantasies, a bunch of them
Yeah.
for the PlayStation 1. Suikoden. I never did play 1 or 2. Or 3 even, I think. Possibly. I can't remember.
I don't remember which one I played some of. There are so many PS1 RPGs that I played like 5 or 6 hours of.
You don't want to collect all 109 stars or whatever it is of Suikoden? There's a lot.
I'm good.
A lot of party members, and then a lot of like just people you collect, but don't actually join your party.
Xenogears started on PS1, didn't it?
Xenosaga, or
maybe something like that. Xenogears might have been PS2 era.
No, it was Gears.
It was Gears.
Yeah, that's so good. My favorite Xeno series, or I guess game.
Dot Hack was around that time.
Suikoden, Grandia. I never played on the PS1.
Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, Jade Cocoon. I rented that from the library.
I never played that. I always saw it everywhere.
Like
I have never even seen it. I just heard of that.
Yeah, I liked it.
Jade Empire I saw.
Well, no, this is
We
your
talked about
village
Jade
is
Empire the other day.
destroyed by the mystical storm of destruction. As Cocoon Master, you have the power to tame and breed monsters. But above all, the fate of your people lies in your hands.
Oh my god.
You collect. It's kind. I mean, it's not a Pokemon knockoff necessarily, but it's kind of like it's a monster thing.
Inspired.
I guess. Like it's you know, it's a bit more adult, I guess. But it is rated teen. Let's see. Kingsfield. Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, that's such a good game!
I don't know which one's my favorite.
Legend of Dragoon's pretty solid, bro. If I had to choose,
Yeah.
I would put personally Legaia would be there first. But if I had no Legaia,
No, Dragoon beats Legaia for me.
I don't think we can.
Take off, you hoser.
Legend of.
It's so good.
Oh, those are so. My childhood, my nostalgia.
That's got his glasses on.
Yeah. Definitely. If I had to say the games of my childhood I really liked the most, it would be 7, 9, Final Fantasies, Legaia, Goon, Dark Cloud. Those were all games I really enjoyed.
I might just go. I think Dragoon's my favorite from PS1. I think actually.
Final Fantasy 9.
It's hard. I can't decide. I love them all too.
In the moment, right now, it's Legend of Dragoon for me.
I can't decide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with what I said. They're all my
Yeah.
favorites. I love all of my children equally.
Decision is subject to change.
You hack!
I'll give it equal love for all of them. I have enough to give.
Yeah.
I love the combat system. I love the characters.
PS2's a
Pathetic.
harder pill to chew on.
I think the problem is like in PS2 had a lot going for it.
Oh, Legend of Mana.
I have to
Oh
look
yeah,
over at
I
my
also really
games.
like that one. The Lunar series. Oh, I love those too.
PS2 had got me to Dynasty Warriors.
Tales of the Abyss
Oh.
for me, probably.
Oh, I forgot. For PlayStation, there's
then Tales, yeah.
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah,
Alright.
PS1.
Xenogears is really good too. Oh,
Awesome.
Valkyrie Profile also really good. I'm still on PS1.
Now, obviously, it's Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, 10's my favorite for
That
2.
is-
That's easy.
Wait.
Just windmill slam.
I was like, that was
Space
done.
Jam.
Bam.
Yeah, mine's Tales of the Abyss. It's pretty easy for me too.
I don't know. It's
Halo's
really hard.
also up there.
I think the one game I ended up playing actually a lot was Gundam Journey to Jaburo. I actually replayed that game a number of times because
Tet's
my
had that
data
game.
because my game got corrupted. File
I've had a
data.
lot of Gundam games, but my favorite was the RPG of the group.
Really?
What was it called? Gundam.
I'm not surprised. That's
Uh,
what Gundam.
Y'all got that Gundam crap.
MS Saga.
Let me tell you
that's what it
about
was.
Robotech
The
Battlecry.
The MS Saga. I never did
Yeah.
that.
I loved it.
The
It's
best
it's
mech
turn
game
based.
for PS2.
Like you could build, like you got to do, torso, arms, legs,
snap.
engines.
Oh, you know what I also forgot? Fucking Front Mission 3 for PlayStation. Ah, that was a good one, too.
I recognize that name, but don't remember what the game is.
Front Mission was like a game with mechs essentially involved in it, but it was like a turn-based strategy game. And the way what was really fun about the combat is that you would attack your opponent with different weapons, shotguns, machine guns, whatever. But each part on their mech would actually have different armor and health. You could blow off somebody's arm before potentially blowing up their core.
Okay.
It was actually a lot of fun. Like the game, ass load of fun. Because of that regard, because sometimes you could get really lucky. Like the RNG might favor you, not because it's going to keep your health alive or they miss. It's because they might end up shooting the arm that you ran out of ammo with for your gun. So you're like, okay, whatever, it's gone. I still got my shotgun on my other hand. But sometimes RNG would screw you over, and a lot of their attacks would hit your core. And if your core blows up, well, then you're just out of the fight because
Yeah.
of that. But what was really cool is that you could eject your character out of your mech before it explodes, and if you were able to eject an opponent out of their mech, you could run up, jack their mech, and then run around that instead. And you could actually steal parts that way by end fight, if
cool.
my memory served. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And then Armored Core 4, which was for the PS2, included a new feature.
No, not 4. 4 was
Not from Mission 4.
Armored Core.
No,
I
Mission
thought you
4.
said Armored Core 4.
I did. I actually wrong.
Okay, I was like, no, that's 360 and
From Mission 4 came out on PAS 2, I believe.
Pasta.
And the cool thing about that game was that they introduced something new where you could link characters together, and essentially what you could do with the linking system, you could do offensive linking and defensive linking. And if you attacked somebody with one of your characters, if they were linked to two characters and they were within range and could take shots, they would actually use some of their action points and fire on that dude all in one set of actions, as opposed to coming to their turn in combat and fighting with them. And then there was defensive links, where it's like you may not have them move anywhere, and if an ally that they were linked to defensively got hit, they would react by attacking that character who attacked your character. So the linking actually made it really fun to try to, mostly for defensive. Made it very cool because then it felt very like cinematic because you'd see the dude attack, but then it would switch over to one of your allies and he'd fire off. But then like one of his own buddies would activate because he's linked to offensive linking, and then he would fire on the dude. It was pretty badass to like see like 4 or 5 dudes suddenly swinging and start shooting the shit out of each other all over the place. It was great. Those games were honestly so fun, but they could be hard. Be very hard because they were Square. They were still Square Enix and Squaresoft games, and if Final Fantasy Tactics taught me anything, there's no mercy in their strategy games.
It's our boy.
Oh,
He wants to fight.
Alan.
Want a battle? It's not going to go the way last time.
I think we fought him like 10 times already. His whole team is susceptible to fire.
I put what MS Saga looks like in Discord meta.
What? Oh,
Like-
wow. Holy shit.
It was like turn-based. You have up to like 3 people on your team, and then like
Oh,
there's
cool.
the customization of your mech.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I would have to probably say, if I was going to go with a series that truly makes me nostalgic of PlayStation 2, I'm actually going to go with the Armored Core series.
I didn't pick up Armored Core until 4.
The Armored Core...
all you intense, bro.
Armored Core 2 was probably my favorite game. I enjoyed the shit out of it. I enjoyed the story, I enjoyed weapons, I enjoyed mechs. It had probably one of my favorite mech designs of all time.
Which one?
Armored Core 2.
Oh no, which mech?
Oh, it's actually the poster child for itself. I enjoyed the poster child.
That's how I am with Armored Core 4. Is the Alia is my favorite mech.
Yeah, there's just
on the cover or whatever.
There were so many good mechs in those games, but that was definitely it. I loved actually the fact that they would then release like generally a follow-up game like Armored Core 2 Another Age, which was actually kind of a sequel to the second one, to the original game, at least the way it was played out. It kind of played as a sequel where you were playing another Raven, and it was kind of after the events of the first one, but now you were doing a lot of looking into stuff that had been done on the planet and whatnot after corporation bullshittery had gone on, and like the end of the game, you end up finding this really end up getting hired by the government, because at the ending of both games, you were generally fighting for one side or the other. You were always fighting for like these corporations, but then at the ending of both games, the government or the area would hire you and say like, okay, these companies are kind of douchebags. We need you to actually investigate something. You're probably one of the best people out there because you investigate this thing for us. And in the second game, in Armored Core 2, the government hires you because this one dude that was working for a corporation backstabs them, steals tons of stuff from them, and then is essentially going to go and drop. He's going to actually orbital strike the planet via space station. He's going to drop the space station on the planet, and they're like, we want you to stop him. And they hire. It's really cool because they hire all these like Armored Core and all these like mercenaries and whatnot, and they put them up on ships. And as you're flying up there, suddenly your ships are getting shot down. You're one of the few to land on there. The defense systems are all activated. They're firing all your Ravens, and you've got like comm chatter going on the whole time of all these other guys like seeing their positions. Like, they're giving their death cries as they die off and whatnot. It's really cool. Yeah, like that kind of stuff. It's great. It was totally cheesy, but I fucking loved it because it made you really feel like you were part of this one extensive, really cool unit of, like, mechs, and you were fighting, like, something bigger than yourself. Whereas normally it was just generally you by yourself, you go and do a job, and that was the end of the day. You got home, they paid you, and then you put your feet up on the sofa for a week until you ran out of funds and had to do something else. But in this one, they were like, we're hiring you, we need you to stop this madman. And you eventually get down in there, and as you go through the stage, obviously the chatter reduces because there's less and less other Armored Core guys who are alive or they're pulling out because they can't continue the fight and they're not going to die for it. And you find the final guy, and he's like, you're too late, but you fight him a bit, and then he's like, oh yeah, steal my final backup move. And then he flies off, and he like gets away and shit. And then when you go and find him, you actually fight him on a moon of the planet, because the whole time the game's taking place, you're fighting on Mars. The Earth is colonized Mars and whatnot. but you go to the moon, Phobos, nearby, and you go onto that, and you learn. And this is where the game takes a twist that could have opened up into so much more possibilities, but the game just cuts it off at the end and doesn't talk about it anymore. When you go up there, and if this is all based on my memory serving me right, so take that for what it is. When you go up there, you find that the government explains what was going on there. The guy was actually going after something, and they say, we want you to stop it. Here's what's going on. We aren't the first people to have ever made armored cores. We have uncovered an armored core of unknown origin, an alien mech. So you get in there, and the dude is going to steal that mech, and he's going to try to utilize it to whatever evil agenda he needs. You find him just as he's stealing it, and then you have to fight it and destroy it, because if he wins, he's going to still colony drop you guys.
Yeah.
So it opened up like so much, because at the end of the game, they're like, the government's like, okay, you can never talk about this again. It's over, but thank you for your help. Here's your official for life NDA.
And they took it that way too, and just never talked about it again, huh?
Yeah, they never really talked about it again. The only time you ever get into something as interesting that is again at the end of Armored Core 2, Another Age, or a Second Age, or whatever it's called. And in that one, at the end of the fight, they actually want you to go to a facility that has been uncovered, but there's nobody working there, there's nobody even around there, but it is man-made. Somebody had to have made this thing. Nobody knows what the hell its origins are. So you go in there, you get sent in, and check out this facility, and they just have a lot of MTs, just all these robotic machines there that are like fighting and trying to keep you out, and you eventually find this area within it. It's just a big dome, and there's this customized machine that comes out, and you have to end up fighting it. And when you beat it, that's the end of the game. But then when you go and you upload your data again, you take your load data and you load back into the game again, you get a new set of missions there, and they're like, okay, we've checked out this place now, but it turns out that there's other experiments there. We would like you to go in there, discover what they are, and if they're hostile, destroy them. And so it ends up putting you back in the area of that final area, and you face these really cool mechs that are they're again reminiscent of being alien in design and nature of how they act, just like the final boss of the second game. But it's never really discussed beyond that. So you're always left with like, these are very clearly alienish in nature, but what does that mean? But they never talk about it. So it was it was just fun. It was like one of my favorite games. I really enjoyed the crap out of it. And then you had Armored Core 3, which had just
Meta's final word. Play Armored Core 2. He didn't just spoil the story for you.
I would, yeah, absolutely ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. It's great.
All right, I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah, I'm gonna grind off stream some, just because it's gonna be at least another 2.5 hours of grinding probably.
Oh. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why EXP share is amazing.
Yeah, this is the last time we have to grind until we get to red after this part. So,
well, yeah, this gen got ridiculously low wild Pokemon too. So
yeah, the levels are very low.
Bad.
So it's rough stuff. But anyways, I guess we'll see you guys later on.
Yeah, later.
Later.